Hello children, welcome to first term. Let's talk about the syllabus we have. The first topic we have for first term is chapter number 6, that is ratio and proportion. So talking about what a ratio stands for. Comparison of two quantities of the same kind means we are talking about the ratio. This is the symbol that we use for ratio. The second part of ratio is proportion, and proportion means equality of two ratios. So where there are four terms and the ratio between first and second is equal to the ratio between third and fourth, is when it is equal, the terms are said to be in proportion. To find any missing value in proportion, we always use a cross product rule, which means that product of extremes, where extremes are the outer terms, is always equal to product of means, and where means are the inner terms. Now, as we do not have the first exercise, we'll move on to the next topic, which is direct and inverse proportion. Direct proportion means where x and y are directly related to each other. If x is increasing, y is also increasing. And if x decreases, y also decreases. This is called direct proportion. And in direct proportion, if we have to find the constant of proportionality, that is always the formula that we use to find the constant of proportionality is x upon y. Now moving on to inverse proportion. Here if x is increasing, y decreases, and if x decreases, y increases. So this is called inverse or indirect proportion. And if we have to find constant of proportionality, that is always x multiplied by y. Now let's move on to the exercise. Before we begin the exercise, we'll just learn one thing, that if the question is of a direct variation question, to find the value of the missing variable, maybe it's x or y, we always use cross multiplication. And if it is a case of inverse proportion, if we have to find same thing, we have to find any missing value, it's always straight multiplication. Now let's start the exercise. Starting with exercise 6.2, because 6.1 is not in the syllabus. I'm starting with question number 2, 3 and 4. These are three questions are same only. Here you have to find the missing value of x and y. In some parts x is missing and few parts y is missing. So 2, 3 and 4 is exactly same only. I'm just going to give you one hint of all the questions. So in question number 2, we'll be taking this part where x both values are there, but y one value is missing. So whichever value of y is missing, you can keep it as y only. And then it is very clearly stated in the question that x is directly related to y or directly proportional to y. So we'll be using cross multiplication method. 5 into y is equal to 65 into 10. And to find the value of y, we multiply 65 into 10 and divide by 5. The value of y is 130. Now in question number 3, x is missing, and again it's stated that x is directly proportional to y. Same method we are going to follow. If x is missing, put it as x, or you can give it as any other variable. And then again cross multiplication, because it's direct variation question, the process remains same and the value of x is 22.5. Now question number 4, I've taken one part where one x is missing and x is inversely proportional to y. In this case, what we do straight multiplication. That's 45 into 1 and 90 into y. Again, y remains on one side and the rest everything goes to the other side. The value of y is 1 by 2. If we are taking it in decimal form, it is 0.5. Now, on the basis of this, we can easily do question 2, 3 and 4. Now, moving on to question number 1, it is said that which of the following sets of x and y are directly proportional and which are inversely proportional, and after that you have to find the constant of proportionality. Let's talk about the first part. Now first part, see the first value of x is 15, the second value is 18. That means the value of x is increasing. The y first value is 30 and the next value is 36. Y is also increasing. So when x is also increasing and y is also increasing, that means it's a direct variation question. And to find the constant of proportionality, it is x upon y, or the bigger upon the smaller, that is y upon x, and the constant of proportionality is equal to 2. Now moving on to the second part. The first value of x is 2 and the second value is 3.5. It means x is increasing. Now moving on to y is 28 and then it is 16. Y is decreasing. So x is increasing and y is decreasing. That means it's inversely proportional. And to find the constant of proportionality, it's x multiplied by y. So you can take any two values to find the constant of proportionality. The answer will be same only. So 2 into 28, which is equal to 56. Then we move on to part number 5 and 6. Find the value of x where it is directly proportional and find the value of x when it is inversely proportional. Now let's see these two parts. One part we'll do. Okay, number 5, directly proportional. Now in directly proportional, we are not going to do anything else. To find the missing, we'll directly take the product of extremes is equal to product of means. Extremes are the outer terms, means are the inner terms. Now keeping x on one side, taking rest to the other side. Now 7.5 multiplied by 18 upon 6. Do the cutting, the value of x is 22.5. Now moving on to question number 6. In question 6, again you have to find x, but x and y, they are, the ratios, they are inversely proportional. Now when they are inversely proportional, what we do, let the first ratio be same only and interchange the second ratio. That means just interchange the places. 2 comes here and 4.5 takes 2's place, and then again the method remains same. Product of extremes is equal to product of means. The only difference is that here we didn't change anything. Inverse proportion, we are just interchanging the second set of the ratio. Product of extremes is equal to product of means, and keep x on one side and whatever is with x shift it to the other side. Now as it is a fraction, reciprocate it when you take it to the other side, and after cutting, the value of x is 5 upon 16. Now let's see question number 7. The cost of 18 diaries is given. We have to find the cost of 26 diaries. We go with the box method. We write diaries 18 and then 26 and the cost which is 90 rupees. 802 rupees and 80 paisas, and the second value is missing. So let's arrange the values in the box. Now we have to first find out that whether it is direct variation or direct proportion, or inversely variated or inverse proportion. Now the number of diaries are increasing from 18 to 26. So obviously the cost will also increase. We have to keep in our mind that whenever the money is involved, it's always a case of direct proportion, because with more money we buy more things and with less money we always buy less things. So if it is a direct variation question, it's cross multiplication. 18 into x is equal to 802.80 into 26, keeping x on one side, shifting rest to the other side, and then x is equal to 11596 upon 10. Keep it in decimal form. The value is 1159.6. So we can say that the cost of 26 diaries is rupees 1159.6 or 0.60.